Welcome back to GeoWatch. Today, we're diving into a major development in US-China trade relations and what it really means for global supply chains, tech firms, and business strategy in the months ahead. So here's the headline. The US and China have just agreed to a 90-day tariff pause. Yes, after months of escalating trade tensions, both sides are dialing things back, at least for now. This isn't a full peace treaty, but it's a temporary truce, a calculated cooling off period, and while markets cheer the move, industry leaders, they're a lot more reserved. Let's break down what changed, why it matters, and most importantly, what happens next. First, the deal itself. What's in it? On the US side, Washington will revise parts of Executive Order 14257 signed in April. A planned 24% tariff on Chinese goods? That's off the table, for now. Instead, the US will apply a reduced 10% rate for the next 90 days. Additional tariffs imposed earlier in April have also been scrapped entirely. Even better, a wider range of consumer electronics, wireless earbuds, Bluetooth speakers, TVs, game consoles will be exempted. These join smartphones, PCs, and servers, which were already excluded from reciprocal tariffs. And on the Chinese side, Beijing will also drop its retaliatory 24% tariff, sticking to the same 10% level. It's also canceling other duties and non-tariff measures that had kicked in after April. The previous top-end rate of 125%? Gone. For now. It's a classic case of both sides blinking at the same time. Frank Huang, the chairman of Powerchip Semiconductor, put it bluntly. This is mutual face-saving. Both sides had pushed the tariffs too far. Now they're walking it back to protect their own economies. So, what's the business impact? Let's talk about the market side first. Investors? They love it. Stocks rallied, there's a sense of temporary calm, like maybe we've turned a corner. But let's not kid ourselves. On the supply chain side, it's a different story. Here's the reality. No one is moving their factories back to China. That ship has sailed. Even though the tariffs are lower now, most companies have already sunk serious capital into production sites in Vietnam, Thailand, India, and Mexico. Those plants aren't going idle just because tariffs dropped for 90 days. Server makers? They're doubling down on US and Mexico. Notebook brands? Still committed to distributed manufacturing. Even if China becomes cost competitive again, the political risk is just too high. Now, let's look ahead. What are companies actually doing? Standing still. Most IC designers are holding off on any big changes. They know this deal is short-lived. There are still too many unknowns, especially around export controls and tech restrictions. Diversifying further. China plus one isn't a buzzword anymore. It's the rule. Whether it's Dell and Apple in Vietnam or HP in Thailand, the big players are not turning back. Building buffers. Acer's chairman Joseph Chen had an interesting take. He said, Trump's unpredictability means companies need windbreaks, extra production capacity in Southeast Asia that can act as a buffer when policy shifts suddenly. Watching the clock. Remember, this is a 90-day deal. It's not a reset. It's a timeout. After that, everything could go back on the table. So what should business leaders take away from all this? If you're managing manufacturing, procurement, or supply chain strategy, here are 3 points to keep in mind. First, this deal lowers some costs, but not enough to reverse your China exit. If you're moved, stay moved. The risk still outweighs the reward. Second, keep hedging. Build up regional capacity, and assume policy will stay volatile well into 2025. Third, don't expect long-term certainty from short-term politics. This 9-day pause might help stabilize markets, but doesn't fix the underlying conflict, especially around semiconductors, AI, and national security tech. Huang summed it up well. Yes, tariffs are down to 30% from 145%. That's tolerable, but it's still a drag. And no one's betting that this is the end of the story. This is not to win. It's Not even a truce. It's a breather. One that gives both sides a chance to regroup and gives businesses a moment to plan their next move. So enjoy the calm, but don't let your guard down. This has been your deep dive briefing on the US-China tariff pause. If you found it helpful, make sure to follow for more insights on tech, trade, and the global supply chain. That is all for today, and we'll see you next time.